IBF super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer says Floyd Mayweather, promoter of Gervonta Tank Davis, WBA super featherweight undefeated superstar champion, and his own promoter, Eddie Hearn, MATCHROOM CEO and promoter, tells them, listen, let's not lie to the fans, let's not fool the fans, let's not play games. Let's get this fight done, point blank and period. I want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis next. Let's get it done and see who's the best once and for all. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So over this past weekend, we saw two of the super featherweights best in action. We saw undefeated WBA super featherweight champion, superstar Gervonta Tank Davis in action as he took on Ricardo Nunez. And we also saw IBF super featherweight superstar Tevin Farmer in action on DAZN on the undercard of Maurice Hooker versus Ramirez, right? In Dallas, Texas. They both put on shows. Obviously, Tank Davis and Tevin Farmer styles are different. Styles make fights. Tevin Farmer is an outboxer, slick, defensive boxer. Gervonta Tank Davis is an explosive, power, just destructive boxer. He's described as the Mike Tyson of the little guys. You know what I'm saying? So, Gervonta Tank Davis is explosive. He knocks out most of his opponents. With Tevin Farmer, he outboxes most of his opponents. You understand? But these two have a history. They fought at the exact same time. One was in Dallas, one was in Baltimore. Obviously, Tank Davis was in Baltimore, Tevin Farmer was in Dallas. But they fought at the same time on two different networks. Obviously, Tevin Farmer fights on DAZN, and Gervonta Tank Davis fights on Showtime. So with that said, they both got the victory. And these guys have been jawing back and forth. If you don't know the history of this, you'll check ES News, A.S.A.P. Some years ago, they met in the lobby at, I believe it was in Vegas, started off with 10 people around, ended up with 200 people around. They were going back and forth. Tank Davis told Tevin Farmer, get a belt and come talk to me. Tevin Farmer did just that. He went and got the IBF strap, right? And so now he has a belt. He's been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis is saying that he wants to fight with Tevin Farmer. Actually, at the end of his fight, they asked him what is his plans for next, and he didn't hesitate. He made it very clear. He said, I want to fight Tevin Farmer next, right? I don't want to fight anybody else next but Tevin Farmer. Obviously, if that fight can't happen, you give me who's available and I'll fight them, right? And that will come in the form of Yuriorkis Gamboa. As you can see, Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby and the powers that be lining up Yuriorkis Gamboa as an opponent for Gervonta Tank Davis. You can see that, a mile away, right? Thus the reason why Yuriorkis Gamboa fought Rocky Martinez on the undercard of Gervonta Tank Davis fight with Ricardo Nunez. Ricardo Nunez came to fight. He got caught, he got sloppy, he made a mistake, and Tank Davis capitalized on it, and that was all she wrote in the second round. Tevin Farmer went 12 rounds with his opponent, but yet and still, he outclassed his opponent, Frenos. He outclassed him 11 out of 12 rounds, maybe 10 out of 12 rounds, you want to be generous. 11 and 12 looked like he kind of took it off, just put it in cruise control. So if you want to give Frenos those rounds, hey, the more the merrier. But he clearly won the first 10 rounds easy, not even close, not even a contest. So with that said, they both southpaw fighters. One is a boxer, one is a puncher. That's what makes this fight so interesting. And it's a unification bout. As we know, Gervonta Tank Davis holds the WBA belt, and Tevin Farmer holds the IBF belt, right? So, this makes for an exciting fight. There's no reason for this fight not to get made. And at this point in time, it seems like Tevin Farmer feels the way everybody else feels. As he stated, listen, he don't want Eddie Hearn, Floyd Mayweather, don't lie to the people, don't make up stories. Let's just get it done, point blank and period. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to lie to the fans. Don't make up, no hurdles. Don't put no hurdles in the way. As we know, Tevin Farmer, that was his last fight this past Saturday on DAZN and with MATCHROOM. He made it very clear that he plans to re-sign with them. He says that they bring the bag. It only makes sense. So he has all plans to re-sign with them, right? But with that said, he's a free agent at this moment. What he should do is, in my opinion, if they're going to make it hard to put hurdles in the way as far as networks and things of that nature, you're a free agent now. So what he should do is just sign with Eddie Hearn. Tell Eddie Hearn, listen, we're going to sign with you, but this first fight, back re-signing has to be on Showtime with you as my promoter. We'll do a joint promotion, but as far as network goes, we're going to fight this first fight on Showtime. Because it's going to be very difficult to do a joint networks when you have DAZN, which is a streaming app, and then you're dealing with Showtime, which is a mainstream app, right? So I don't see how that's going to come to fruition. I don't see how that's going to work. So with that said, Tevin Farmer's a free agent. Listen, don't put no hurdles in the way to give Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions any excuses. Listen, don't give them no reason to say, well, he's on DAZN and we can't make it happen. No, you're a free agent right now. They got to give you a bag. Sign with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is still involved, as Eddie Hearn did with Dillian White. Matchroom Promotions is still signed with Dillian White. Is still signed to them. When Dillian White fought, not this last fight, but the fight before this fight against Derek Chisora, it wasn't on DAZN, right? So, listen, Eddie Hearn's still involved. You're not getting rid of Eddie Hearn. You keep Eddie Hearn. But what you do is you say, listen, but this next fight, we're going to eliminate all the hurdles. We're going to listen, where you guys want to do it at? Obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis has an exclusive deal with Showtime, so he's got to fight on Showtime. So listen, okay, let's make it happen. After that, I get the belts. Let's say I get the belts from you. It's going to be a rematch clause. Well, guess what? My second fight has to be on DAZN then. If I beat you and I unify, then this next fight is going to have to be on my platform on DAZN, point blank and period, right? Then they can figure out the logistics and if they have to do it, joint promotions and things of that nature and joint networks and so on and so forth. No problem. Listen, then this rematch is going to have to be on DAZN on my platform because I already, put them to the side to take the first fight. I'm not going to put them to the side for a second time because they have my best interest at heart and I got to be loyal. Point blank and period, right? And you do it that way, right? Then there should be no excuses because Tevin Farmer is a far better option, a far more lucrative option than Yuriorkis Gamboa. The only thing with Yuriorkis Gamboa is you're keeping everything in-house. You understand? Yuriorkis Gamboa doesn't have a exclusive deal with any other networks and any other promoters. He's with Showtime. He's with PBC. So it's not difficult for them to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa. It's not difficult, and Yuriorkis Gamboa value has dropped. And he's desperate, and he'll take whatever they offer him, but just to get back in the spotlight. You understand? So it's not difficult to make a deal, to strike a deal with Yuriorkis Gamboa. But Tevin Farmer brings more value to the table as he's the IBF champion. He's the bigger name right now than Yuriorkis Gamboa. He's looked at as the better fighter, no doubt. I believe Tevin Farmer will beat Yuriorkis Gamboa right now. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to beat Yuriorkis Gamboa. Yuriorkis Gamboa is a shell of himself. They put him in with a guy who is the shell of himself in Rocky Martinez, and he did what he was supposed to do. But when Yuriorkis Gamboa fought any type of competition that was going to give him any feedback, right, he didn't show up. He actually quit in one of his last 3 fights. So, this is the fight to be made, and it's a unification bout. Gervonta Tank Davis wants it. Tevin Farmer wants it. As Tevin Farmer said, tell Eddie Hearn and Floyd Mayweather, no lies, no hurdles. Let's get it done, point blank and period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Tevin Farmer tells Eddie Hearn and Floyd Mayweather, no lies, don't lie to the people, don't play games with the people, let's get it done, point blank and period. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the